Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be adding a hill to the farm. So let's get started. So as you guys can already tell, I've taken out a bunch of pieces from my inventory, a bunch of green plate, there's green slopes in here, more green plate, a bunch of different flower pieces, dark green plates, green stem pieces, and dark green studs with a hole in them, as well as a bunch of leaf pieces and bricks for mills plates and more leaf pieces. And so what I want to do is kind of get a general slope going for this hill. Nothing crazy, but I think it'd be more realistic than just having a flat surface and then immediately go into a mountain. So I'm thinking maybe these first few 16 by 16 plates are just at the level that they're currently at, and then maybe some of these are up one plate, and then some of these are up two plates, and then the ones in the back here are up maybe a brick, and then it kind of turns into the mountain from there. But it at least kind of starts sloping that way, and these would all be detailing pieces. A lot of the raising up would get done under these plates inside the mills plates themselves. What I mean by that is I would add the additional pieces under the plates themselves, so then when you place this on top, it's already up the two bricks, and then I can use the smaller pieces that I showed you earlier to kind of blend between this plate and the base plate over here, or this plate and this plate in front of it, etc. And so with all that being said, I'm obviously going to put bricks under all of these so that it's actually structurally stable. And also I'm going to move some of these 16 by 16 plates in here, like probably these two here, and then maybe these two as well. And I'm gonna replace these with 4x4 plates from over by the museum. So over here, I created this half mills plate, half road plate, and I used 4x4 plate because that was all I had at the time. But now I want to put the 16 by 16 plates under here and move these 4x4 plates over to here to help give it a more natural look instead of having these big 16 by 16 squares. Okay, so I've gotten started on it, and I'm actually pretty happy with how this is turning out. Basically what I'm doing is just adding a brick over here into the mills plate, and adding, for example, over here would be additional 2 plates of height, like I mentioned. And so it's pretty, I haven't done this corner yet, but this is pretty much what I want this to look like. I want to have, like I mentioned earlier, this be at this height, and then maybe some of these are up one plate, this, and maybe like this section here is up 2 plates, and then these over here are up the full brick, and then I can kind of start the mountain from there. And also, there's no need to worry about this gap here. I know that that's there, and that's what the other plates that I showed you at the beginning of the video are for, so I can cover that up and kind of detail everything to make it all look nice. And I'm gonna have to redo most of this area over here, but that's fine. I wasn't totally happy with how this area was looking anyways, but I'm gonna probably leave the farm as is though. But I'm gonna redo this, keep this as is, and I'm gonna keep working over here. Okay, so during this time lapse, I'm doing some more work here on the grass area. I'm kind of trying to slope it in and kind of make it look more natural instead of these big 16 by 16 squares. So I'm working around those, and then I'm coming over here by the front of the farm, and I'm trying to slope that in as well to make it look natural between the two mills plates. Okay, so here's what I did in the time lapse here. I added in these plates around here, and then all this stuff in front here. I think I like it. I don't know if the dark green is really doing it for me. I mean, when you look at it from a distance, I guess it looks all right, but I don't know. When you kind of get up close, you start to really like see it, so I don't know. It's also not around enough. Like, I would have to put a bunch here, I'd have to put a bunch over here, and I don't know. If you guys like the dark green, or if you don't, let me know in a comment down below. But I do really like what I did here with the slopes and cheese slopes and these plate work here. I don't know what I want to do here just because I don't know how this is going to end up. But I did start redoing this area a little bit, and so I did actually find a couple 1x2 translucent blue tiles, which was good. But these, this is pretty much all I have, so I'm just going to have to leave it like this for now, but this is just a proof of concept, and then the proof of concept is also like a little rock in the middle. But if you guys like this, definitely let me know what you think. The idea here is that it's deeper or slightly deeper water here, and then more shallow water over here, and then the edge here is sand, and then above it is rock work. And then eventually, right here, it turns into just rock work being up against it. So there's not like a layer of sand, it's just straight into rocks. I don't know if I like that or not, but I think it's all right. I like the idea of it, and then it's going to kind of come around this way. I'm going to have some more rock work over here, and it's going to kind of merge with the grass that's over here. I have to figure out how I want to merge that in this area, which will be a problem for later. But yeah, if you guys like this, definitely let me know with a comment down below as well. This will also be where the mountain starts, so it's gonna just kind of come up out of the water and come up this way, and then it's also going to come around this bend here and kind of merge with this stuff down here and go all the way up to the top of the mountain. And once again, this is all subject to change. I don't know if this size of water feature is enough. I don't know if it's too much. I don't know if I'm gonna have a bridge here. I think I will. I just have to eventually rip this out and make a bridge somehow, which will be its own separate video, will be its own other problem to deal with. But I think I like this idea for now, so I'm gonna run with it, and then I just have to spend the time to try and figure all of that out right there. Okay, so here's one more time lapse for you guys. I'm working on the kind of sloping around the next layer. So right up at the top here, right next to the 16x16 plates that are 2 bricks off of the base plate. And I actually didn't end up needing to use the 16x16 base plate plates over by the museum. I didn't need to switch them out with the 4x4 plates. So that was good. It saves me a lot of time. And so it gives me more time to focus on this. All right, and so I finished this section up here, and so now you can kind of start to see how it's supposed to kind of slope up like this. I didn't finish this front part up here yet, but I'll get to that eventually. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I changed this foundation over to a Mills plate because I actually had enough leftover 16x16 plates and also some 4x8 plates for this, that I was actually able to turn this into a Mills plate. And so now I can take this out and I can kind of show you guys how I've been doing this. And so with the foundation, it's the same as I've been showing in all my other videos. It's a base plate, a layer of brick, and then the base plate on top, and then I'm adding the plates on that. And then for the Mills plates, I'm adding the standard Mills plate, which is a base plate, the layer of brick, and then the layer of plate. And then on top of that, in some spots, I'm adding a layer of plate, as you can see with the red 1x1s here. And then I add the plate on top of that. And then over here, I'm adding 2 layers of plate. And then I'm adding the green plate on top of that to help give that sloped look without having to layer a bunch of pieces on top of each other. Layer a bunch of green pieces on top of each other, I mean. And so this now just slides right in, and there you go. That's the start of the hill. Also, this hill is supposed to be a gradual slope. I didn't want it going up about 6, 7, 8 bricks, and then the mountain starts. I thought it would just look better, and I could also do more with the land if it was very gradual like this. And so now I have the space to add trees in. I mean, these are all tentative. I would like to add trees. I just don't have a tree design yet, so I'm just kind of placing these here as markers for the time being. But I would love to add trees. I would love to add a couple pens for animals. I would love to add a cabin or something over here by the water. I would love to add a bunch of other stuff. And so I think doing it gradually like this, bringing it up only a brick or maybe even a brick and a plate right about here, I think that's the right move. I think this has the potential to look really good. I just have to put a lot more pieces into it and also a lot more time, which unfortunately I don't really have today, but I would love to add more pieces to this as well as to this front section and to kind of slope everything or kind of almost curve everything around so it looks more natural, as well as do more stuff like this and finish up this area as well. But on that note, that's going to wrap up today's video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what I did, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me, like about the dark green being used in here, what I should do over here, or anything else that I did in this video, make sure to drop a comment down below. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye for now.